She's so far away. Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones, you won't ache my soul, you can't get to me.
And we're going to try this one more time. Freight Train here, and now, joining us for the first time for Friday Night Smite with Detonate is Mr. Extreme Man. Hello, sir.
Hi there. How you doing?
Oh, hanging out, man. Ready for the semifinals matchup now. You probably have seen Refuse. You've casted games for Central and stuff like that. Smite Central and them, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Refuse is a perennial classic.
Yeah, perennial classic for sure, and they've pretty much won most of our tournaments that they've put themselves into, so they're really the team to beat right now. They're going to be banning out the Kepri, McDucks are going to counter with the Bakasura, next band's coming out from Y-Try, and it's going to be the Guan. Next one's going to the, quick bans, man, I mean, just back and forth, Ao Kwang.
Yeah, Kwang's a little bit of an interesting band, not as much of a top tier. I mean, he does really well in certain instances, but he's a little bit underpicked in the SPL.
Yeah, right now, I mean, his heal is a big factor. Just a lot of teams, whenever Guan's picked, just don't ever seem to build the correct anti-healing. They build, like, maybe one, but it's never truly, like, enough for the Guan Yu heals, because it sneaks up. I've pointed out the healing before. A lot of Guan Yus will get, like, 20k healing, and it's pretty insane.
Yep, and now we wait for Y-Try to pick up a god, and it looks like it's a Kali. This is a very strong pick right now. We've seen a lot of success with this throughout the SPL and through, well, a lot of games. Kali is locked in there.
Assassins just seem to be the current meta. You see the Bakasura getting banned, and well, Ao Kwang, for all intents and purposes, is a mage assassin. So, I mean, he's in that kind of category with the execute. So, pretty much two bans, and, you know, one gets picked right there. That's a big hyper carry.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Kali's been absolutely devastating, as we've seen. Bakasura ban is a little unusual. He was picked earlier today in the SPL to great success, but he's still a little unproven, and we haven't seen a whole lot of people use him yet. Athena being hovered over for Swoop McDucks and Bots as well.
Bots pretty early, yeah. Bots is a little early. The Athena pick makes sense right there. Bots just, maybe they don't want to get it banned out right there, but they could have picked it third if they wanted to by Covey, and maybe kind of waited to see what Refuse was going to get, because now Refuse kind of has the option to go, all right, we're looking at the Fear of No Evil, what can get out of this? Like, you can grab the Giannis here for Refuse if they want to. You know, even the Isis again is an option to sit there and deal with it if you want to try that. But I really like the Giannis opportunity, kind of counter a global with a global. But this is why I cast the games and don't play it, because they're going to go with Soul.
Soul is just a generally strong pick right now. High burst damage, very, very good. Just in general right now. Sobek as well being picked for Team Refuse. Sobek, an interesting counter to Athena. Not typically seen. He does pretty well. Can knock up, interrupt a lot of Athena's abilities. But
well, that dash is the charge. Like, yeah, the dash is like a charge up dash. So, if Sobek is good enough, I forget exactly who's going to be playing it, who their support is on Refuse, but if they can knock up that dash, or they can pull it back or whatever, it does kind of give a little bit more, hits on Athena to go ahead and go with. That's Covey is going to be hovering over the Apollo, which has just been extremely popular. As I said earlier today, it's in SPL, it's back in Friday Night Smite, and well, Apollo is just back in everybody's games, casual, ranked, and well, Throwing Dagger. You can thank Throwing Dagger.
Oh, definitely. Apollo, one of my perennial favorites. One of my first diamonds, actually. He's a classic for me, and definitely, again, very strong pick right now. Refuse have a little bit of an interesting team comp. That Soul could either go to that ADC role or head straight towards that mid lane. We'll kind of see what Mollusk and Swoop McDucks decide to ban here, as that Soul's a little bit of a flex pick right now.
Amaterasu going to get eliminated from the pool right here, as they don't want to deal with that cooldown. I mean, Odin got his little nerf as far as the cooldown goes. I'm kind of waiting on Ama's to get a little bit nerfed too, because hers is pretty ruthless when she builds the max CDR. That stun could be dazzling offense, can really be annoying to deal with.
Oh yeah, definitely. As well as the aura effects.
That's the big thing. Yeah, the team auras with the extra speed can just be brutal. I mean, you can run away or you can catch up, but that can be the big game changer. Ice is going to go ahead and get eliminated for Refuse. Next band's coming out. Wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go with maybe, another. If they're not sure whether that Soul's going mid or Hunter, maybe getting rid of another Hunter, or they can just go target some more solo laners like a Bologna.
Yeah, I would probably like to see maybe a Bologna, maybe a tier ban, but they do decide to opt for a Bologna ban. Why try with the option here? Now, the team of Swoop McDucks is pretty solid. That Apollo is probably the ADC, Athena is most likely the support, and Hunbots is almost definitely the jungle. So we can see. Oh, they do opt to ban the Giannis, though.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I mean, especially at this point in the staging of the picks and bans, if you can get Giannis eliminated off the board, might as well eliminate that global pressure. There's really no reason for you to have Athena and Giannis on the same team. Like, that combination just either spells destruction for your solo lane or your duo lane. Both side lanes are going to be under very, very high pressure if you have a Giannis and Athena, because she can just ult in, he can just ult in, and all of a sudden you're in a 3 or a 4v1 scenario.
Hebo being hovered.
If it is, you gotta hope, because the Hebo can make some hot plays, but you never, he's not. Oh, okay, there it is. We will see the Hebro. All right, that's interesting. I always like to see the picks that don't come around all the time. Normally it's the same things. It's the Ices, the Giannis's, the Agnis. This time we got Hebo, man. Let's go.
Yeah, Hebo's always kind of an interesting pick. He lives by the snowball. He either dies early or wins the late game. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it is. Whew. I mean, that combination of his is just brutal. The water spout and then everything else. I mean, he can just do so much damage. The definition of a burst mage right there is Hebo, as 2 or 3 shots and you're just gone.
Mm-hmm. Refuse picks up tier locked in, Neath being hovered and locked in. This Neath is still kind of a flex pick. That Soul could easily go to the mid lane with that, or it could go to the duo lane, and Neath can go, either way. Vamana is last picked for the Swoop McDucks. Very strong solo laner. Interesting that Refuse kind of opted for the tier.
I mean, maybe they're trying to feel themselves out. They're going to try to make some plays, blinking over the walls, and kind of just doing some positioning things. We'll see what ends up happening. Again, this is a best-of-1 game. This is the semifinals. Winner of this goes to the finals to face off against either Ninja Sniper's team and the Special Snowflakes, or Collateral's team and the Slaughter Slugs. So we'll find out soon enough. Hang out with us for Friday Night Smite, Freight Train, and Extreme Man. We'll see you soon.
the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go?
All right, picks and bans are over. The game is starting in about 50 seconds. Getting ready to come on board. His team Refuse, Cope BBY going to be running the tier in the solo lane. Mort Blinken is going to be doing the Kali in the jungle. Y-Try is going to be the Soul in the mid lane. Zombie Food is going to be the Sobek in the support role, who just placed a pretty deep ward by the red buff just to see what's going on. Mainstay going to be running the Neath in the duo lane as the ADC.
Meanwhile, High Five Medieval is going to be that Vamana in the solo lane. Mollusk taking bots to the jungle. Kobe with that mid lane Hebo. Ratcheteer on that Athena support. And Anxiety taking Apollo to that duo lane.
Well, I mean, again, we were kind of talking a little bit about it off of the stream right here. Just they really are living and dying by Kovi's, Hebo here. This is going to be really the question of factor, like if this happens. But we were discussing like the Kali as the counter, really the hyper carry. Now, unless Hebo one shots her, that's going to eliminate that threat. But we'll end up seeing, if Hebo can snowball, as you said, live and die by it, then Swoop McDucks have a good opportunity.
Yeah, this is a little interesting. It maybe that Neath heading to the mid lane as Y-Try is starting off on those back camps, but never mind. Neath is, or rather, Soul is going to the mid lane.
Yeah, I thought Y-Try once. I didn't know Mainstay. I guess must be a newer player on Refuse or subbing or something along those lines. I know Y-Try was the mid laner, so once I saw the Soul on Y-Try, I was like, I kind of figured that was going to go over to that area as Hebo and Humbot's going to be giving the pressure up early over here. It's throwing some abilities, and they'll take the left Harpies, but no harm, no foul. Right-hand Harpies are up and available, so they'll grab those as well. This is kind of the difference. It's like, we've stopped doing the Harpy start in the mids a lot of the times early just because of this. Like, now you can get that split back again.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Dual inside, Anxiety is really low. This Neath has been putting on a lot of pressure early. He's sitting at about 200 health right now, but that could be easily taken down by some creeps. Mainstay and Zombie Food are doing a pretty good job of keeping the pressure off, but not as good job at clearing. Nice little poke coming out of Ratcheteer. Gonna get some good poke onto Mainstay. Beautiful.
Right now, for some odd reason, all my health bars just disappeared. I don't know what button I hit. All the health bars just disappeared on top of my guys, so I don't know how low anybody is other than like the side of the bar. So we're gonna take a peek, see if I can figure out what might have happened there. I'm just gonna hit some random buttons and see if I can get it to pop back up. I don't think I hit anything wrong. I just think that spectator's goofing up on me. Mid lane it goes as Hebo and First Blood actually going to the right hand side. Medieval able to clean up Cope. Not even sure what happened. There was like no minion wave or anything. I guess kind of just fell.
Yeah, I think that was just a little thing of Tyr being a little too aggressive there. He can easily overstay his welcome, not clear the wave well enough. And, Kopi did build into a little bit more of an aggressive start with that Bluestone into boots. So not building, any defense, anything like that. Mollusk and Kobe went for a little bit of an invade there. I think they cleaned up the back right Harpies of Team Refuse. So, for the kill going on to the Swoop McDucks, they're still playing aggressive.
I mean, they're going to try to keep it a little bit aggressive if they can. I mean, right now they've got the 1-kill lead. The first blood is theirs. That's going to the Vamana. He'll be able to get those boots online a little bit earlier, so he'll have a little bit more lane pressure. He's already stealing the back boars, as we can see there on the mini-map. Again, guys, if you're just noticing, Fear No Evil going to come on the left-hand side. There's the taunt right now. Sobek's in a little bit of trouble. It's a question if he's going to be able to get out. The charge prey is going to come through there. Again, no health bars, so apologies, but you just have to look at the graphs until I can figure what's going on. Y-Try also pretty low in the mid lane. I gotta definitely figure out what happened to these health bars.
Try O, maybe?
O. Let's see what O does. Oh, there it is. O is it XY. We keep Extreme Man here. That's it. Extreme Man is the MVP. Shout out Extreme Man. I don't know why the hell I hit O. Oh, maybe I was hitting L for the ultimate slowdown and I accidentally fat fingered O. Maybe that's what I did. Chalk it up to fat fingers.
Yeah, nice little camp splitting coming out of Team Refuse. They did manage to 4-way split that red camp.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers. Yeah. Yeah, anytime you see 4 people out of buff, it's just like, what are you doing here? It's like, who's the odd man out? Like, the ADC is probably the one person that doesn't need to be at the red buff splitting that. Go back to your lane to get your solo farm. Actually, big 3-man. There's 3 people here by the left-hand Harpies, but there's also 3 by blue. Humbats going to jump in. Taunt's good. Y-Try might be in a little bit of trouble. Stun comes out by Mort. There's the knockup by Covey, but Covey is nearly out of mana. Doesn't have anything available. Throws out the 2 of the carpet to be able to get himself a little bit of movement and slow down anybody else that would have been there. That's called that.
But Apollo's going on mainstay, and Anxiety gets the kill.
Well, looks like he's going to be tossed back at this point. And, now that the Athena ult's going to come back, I see, like, Zombie Food's going to be exactly that.
Yep, and Zombie Food is getting chunked down right now. Apollo just landing these autos, managed to clean them up, and Anxiety does manage to take that. I was about to say Mollusk, but then Anxiety got the kill.
What do you think about
the last minute with that
what do you think about the Neath? So the Neath, now that throwing dagger, we mentioned it with the Apollo, has been so popular. We see a lot of the auto attack gods, like the Rama, the Apollos, the Anhurs, like some people that are like the very heavy auto attackers coming in. Neath being very ability based, obviously going with the Transcendence. We kind of saw it earlier in the SPL today, where it was like Neath mid with a throwing dagger. Just wasn't really like the best thing going on. It was weird. I don't know. I mean, do you think Neath's really viable right now in this kind of throwing dagger crit meta?
Neath has always been just kind of this mainstay safe god. If you don't know what to pick, you always pick Neath. That's kind of the rule of thumb. And she's very safe, so I don't think she's ever really going to fall out of the meta, but she's never going to be, the most optimal pick. Besides that, like, 1 week where people figured out Neath mid a while back. Like
Yeah. That was the boys of Eager. That was Laz's and the boys that brought all that out. I mean, that was their strat, and then all of a sudden everyone was like, this really works.
Yeah. But now, again, this Swoop McDucks team is playing very aggressive. Mollusk going again for this back boar steal. And looks like Kopapi isn't even going to contest it. As now they go for the left side left side Harpies. As now it's just Swoop McDucks is taking as much advantage as
2-man taunt in the mid lane, double knockup, big combination coming out. Beautiful mechanics right there by both players. Taunt into the double knockup, into the water spout, a lot of damage comes out, and all of a sudden 2 members of blue have to just literally run back and hide. Sobek at about half HP and Mort sitting in the same, and now their aggression comes on. There's 4 members here, and well, again, I'll let 2 of them have to at least back. The Mez is going to miss, but there goes the backflip by Mainstay. This is at least going to be red buff right here as it's blinking right now, but they don't see it. No, they don't see the red buff blinking. Oh, they could have taken it probably. They could have fought over that. They realize it now. They see it. They hear it now. Yeah, they hear it now. They didn't know. Y-Try's still going to get taunted, but the corporal form, the Fear No Evil comes out. Perfect timing right there. Y-Try going to try to get away from this scenario if he can, but Mort ends up cleaning up the mollusk in that 2v1 scenario. The World Weaver came out. What a spear!